It just came out that Australian supermarkets are quietly selling fake olive oil. And I'm not talking about oils that are slightly less premium than advertised. I'm talking about bottles sitting on Coles shelves right now that contain more seed oil than actual olives. Choice Australia ran tests on 13 different bottles and found that 9 of them failed basic authenticity standards. The brands know exactly what they're doing. They slap extra virgin on the label, Woolworths puts them in the premium section, and Australian families pay top dollar thinking they're getting liquid gold. In the next 20 minutes, I'll show you exactly which olive oil brands to throw out and which ones are actually worth buying. Comment below which brand you're currently using. Let's go. Brand number 8 is Stella Olive Oil. Stella has been sitting in Australian kitchens for decades. You see it everywhere from Coles to IGA. The bottle design looks expensive, the marketing talks about Mediterranean traditions, and grandmothers trust it completely. But open the label and you'll find something shocking. The liquid is suspiciously light, almost greenish. When you taste it, there's zero peppery aftertaste. Independent testing found that Stella's extra virgin olive oil contained approximately 47% refined seed oil. Real extra virgin olive oil has a free fatty acid content of less than 0.8. Stella is over 1.5. They're exploiting regulatory gaps. There's no legal requirement to disclose blending practices in Australia. Take a Stella bottle right now. Open it and smell. There's barely any aroma. Real extra virgin smells strongly of olives. Pour it in a glass. The color is pale and uniform, flowing without resistance. Authentic olive oil is thicker, darker, moves slowly. The taste is the giveaway. Completely smooth with no throat irritation. Real extra virgin creates a peppery sensation. For Australian families buying this at Coles every week, you're consuming oxidized fats linked to inflammation and cellular damage. Stella. Premium Mediterranean olive oil. Refined seed oil with marketing. Brand number 7 is Cobram Estate. This one's Australian grown, which sounds trustworthy. Cobram Estate controls farms in Victoria and sells millions of bottles at Woolworths and Coles. People assume they're getting quality when they buy Australian, but Cobram uses thermal extraction at temperatures exceeding 35 degrees Celsius. Real extra virgin is cold pressed below 27 degrees. Heat destroys the polyphenols, the compounds giving olive oil its health benefits. Testing revealed that Cobram had polyphenol levels 63% lower than authentic cold-pressed oils. The company changed their processing years ago to increase yields and reduce costs. They know exactly what they're doing. Open a Cobram Estate bottle now. Pour it into a clear glass. Notice how smoothly it flows? That smooth movement means the protective compounds have been stripped away. Real extra virgin is viscous, slightly thick. The flavor is buttery and mild. Authentic is peppery, grassy, aggressive in your throat. Cobram is smooth because it's been heat damaged. For elderly Australians who've trusted this brand for decades, this matters profoundly. Polyphenols protect your cardiovascular system and reduce cognitive decline. By switching to stripped oil, you're losing the exact health benefit you bought it for. Cobram Estate, Australian-grown olive oil, thermally processed oil marketed as premium. Brand number 6 is Filippo Berio at ALDI. Filippo Berio uses imagery of Italian olive groves on every bottle. Here's what ALDI isn't telling you. The oil is sourced from multiple countries, bottled in Tunisia, and labeled as extra virgin despite failing chemical tests. A 2024 independent laboratory analysis found free acidity at 1.2, placing it outside official standards. But Filippo Berio changed the label from product of Italy to packed in the EU to avoid stricter standards. There's no legal requirement to disclose country of origin in Australia. Open a bottle right now, smell it first. There's an absence of that strong herbal aroma authentic extra virgin has. The flavor is flat, almost flavorless. That's because olives were likely harvested late or processed at high temperatures. Real extra virgin should assault your palate with complexity. Filippo Berio slides down without incident. The oil is noticeably thinner than quality extra virgins, suggesting water or lower density oils have been blended in. For tradies and athletes buying this thinking, you're getting performance-boosting antioxidants. You're wasting money on inferior product. The polyphenol content is less than 10% of authentic oils. Filippo Berio, Italian heritage olive oil, Tunisian blended, EU packaged confusion. Brand number 5 is Gelosha, another ALDI regular. Gelosha positions itself as budget-friendly extra virgin, which should be your first red flag. Real extra virgin has significant production costs. If it's suspiciously cheap, something's wrong. Choice Australia found that Gelosha contained added seed oils, likely soybean oil based on fatty acid profiles. They changed the name, but the formula is essentially identical. The brands know exactly what they're doing. Grab a Gelosha bottle from ALDI. The price is often 50% cheaper than legitimate extra virgins. Look at the label. The font is generic, imagery vague, no specific harvest date. Open it. The smell is almost neutral with vegetable oil undertone. That's not olive oil. Authentic smells herbaceous and slightly bitter. Gelosha is artificially produced to taste mild because they're mixing cheaper seed oils. When you pour it, it coats too smoothly, flows too easily. Real extra virgin moves with resistance, slight stickiness. For Australian families with young children, seed oils are high in omega-6 polyunsaturated fats that promote inflammation when consumed in excess. Your kids are getting an inflammatory cooking oil disguised as health product. Gelosha, budget-friendly Mediterranean olive oil. 40% blended seed oil pretending to be olive. Brand number 4 is Menini at Woolworths in the premium section. Menini was acquired by a Spanish corporation and production moved to cheaper facilities. The bottle still says product of Italy because olives are sourced from Italy, but bottled elsewhere and blended with cheaper oils from Spain and North Africa. Testing by Food Standards, Australia. New Zealand revealed peroxide values exceeding standard limits, indicating rancidity or improper storage. The company is aware but hasn't implemented corrective action because Australian regulations make detection difficult. They know there's no legal requirement to disclose this. Take a Menini bottle and look under bright light. The oil has a slightly brownish tint. Real extra virgin should be consistently green or gold, never brown unless extremely aged. Browning indicates oxidation damage. Smell it from 6 inches away. There's a musty quality, like old furniture stored in a basement. That's rancid polyphenols. Taste it. It should have peppery finish that irritates your throat slightly. Menini is smooth with no irritation because protective compounds have oxidized away. For elderly Australians buying Menini for decades at Woolworths, you're consuming oxidized oils that increase inflammation rather than reduce it. The anti-inflammatory benefits you thought existed are non-existent. You're paying premium prices for rancid oil. Menini. Italian tradition in a bottle. Spanish blended, oxidized, misleadingly branded. Brand number 3 is Saclar, the pesto company making olive oil. Saclar bottles are sleek and modern in premium sections of Woolworths and ALDI. The marketing emphasizes Italian authenticity and artisanal quality, but Saclar sources from multiple countries, uses industrial pressing, and blends oils to achieve consistent flavor rather than authentic flavor. A 2023 laboratory analysis discovered that Saclar had phenolic compounds at 215 milligrams per kilogram. Authentic extra virgin averages between 300 and 500. Saclar is at minimum threshold, industrially blended to hit the regulatory bar. The brands know exactly what they're doing. Open Saclar right now. The smell is perfume-like, almost artificially enhanced. That's because they add flavor compounds to compensate for lack of natural aroma from blended oils. Viscosity is consistent with refined oil. Flows without resistance. Real extra virgin is thicker, almost syrupy. The color is generic golden yellow. Authentic oils have variation. Industrial consistency indicates blending for uniformity. Taste it. There's slight herbal note, but it's artificial. Added in a lab, not from olives. Real tastes like olives and earth. Saclar tastes like herbal flavoring added to seed oil. For pregnant women buying Saclar, thinking you're getting polyphenol-rich oil for fetal development, polyphenol levels are artificially low. Polyphenols are crucial for fetal cardiovascular and neurological development. You're potentially compromising your baby's development. The oil tastes good because chemicals were added, not because olives were properly processed. Saclar, Italian artisanal company's extra virgin blend. Industrial minimum standard oil with laboratory added flavor. Brand number 2 is Bertolli, the margarine company expanding into olive oil. Bertolli is everywhere at Coles and Woolworths. People buy it thinking they're getting quality olive oil. Here's what they don't understand. Bertolli is a margarine company, not an olive oil company. When they entered the market, they applied industrial production standards from margarine. The result is Frankenstein oil. Bertolli contains less than 10% actual extra virgin olive oil. The rest is refined olive oil, seed oils, and vegetable oil fractions. A FSANZ inspection documented that Bertolli's extra virgin line contained refined components, disqualifying it from extra virgin category. The company changed marketing language to finest olive oils, exploiting Australian labelling loopholes. Open a Bertolli bottle. The immediate smell is almost synthetic, lacking natural olive aroma. It smells like refined oil because it is. Color under light is pale yellow, almost transparent. Real extra virgin is denser, more golden or greenish. Pour it and it runs like water. Real extra virgin moves with resistance, coating slowly. Taste it. Zero peppery aftertaste. Authentic creates tingling in throat from polyphenols. Bertolli is completely bland. For kids whose parents buy Bertolli at Coles thinking it's healthy cooking oil, they're getting primarily seed oils and refined fats. When heated, these create compounds called aldehydes linked to cognitive development issues. You're cooking your kids' food in margarine company oil. Bertolli. Premium olive oil selection. Margarine company's seed oil blend in an olive bottle. We've saved the worst for last. And if you've got this brand in your home right now, you need to hear this. Brand number 1 is Kirkland Signature from Costco. Kirkland is Costco's house. Brand olive oil, one of the most purchased through online Costco sales. The marketing is minimalist, priced suspiciously cheap. People think they're getting a wholesale bargain. In reality, it's one of the most adulterated oils available. Independent testing discovered Kirkland's extra virgin contains less than 5% actual cold-pressed extra virgin. The remaining 95% is refined olive oil, soybean oil, and canola oil. A FSANZ investigation found that Kirkland failed authenticity testing across multiple parameters. Free acidity was off, sensory profile didn't match standards, and chemical composition revealed significant seed oil contamination. Costco has been aware but hasn't changed anything because US regulations are even more permissive than Australia's. Grab a Kirkland bottle. The price is half what real extra virgin costs. That tells you everything. The bottle is transparent plastic. Real extra virgin shouldn't be in clear plastic because light degrades oil. Kirkland doesn't care because it's already degraded. Smell is completely absent. Authentic has strong, unmistakable aroma. The color is artificial golden yellow, almost fluorescent. Real is darker, more complex. Viscosity is extremely thin. Flows like water. Real moves slowly, coating container. Taste it. Zero peppery aftertaste. Authentic creates tingling sensation in throat. Kirkland tastes like vegetable oil, because that's what it is. For every Australian buying Kirkland thinking you're getting a deal, you're consuming seed oil at olive oil prices. You're getting 95% of the inflammation-promoting fats that olive oil is supposed to protect against. You're literally eating the opposite of what the bottle claims. Kirkland Signature, extra virgin olive oil bulk buy, 95% seed oil in a plastic bottle. Now you know what to throw out, but here's what most channels won't tell you. There are olive oils that do it right. These brands prove Australian shoppers don't have to choose between quality and honesty. The first olive oil brand worth your money is Marachi's. Marachi's is family-owned, Australian distributed, and their commitment from the beginning was sourcing single estate extra virgin from small producers across Italy and Spain. The founder spent 15 years building relationships with specific farmers. Marachi's refuses to use any refined oils, refuses to blend oils from different harvest years, and refuses to sell anything that doesn't meet strict polyphenol standards. Read the Marachi's label out loud. Extra virgin olive oil, that's it. No seed oils, no refined components, no mystery ingredients. Every component is recognizable. The oil comes from specific cultivars chosen for natural polyphenol content. Open Marachi's right now. The smell hits immediately. Strong, grassy, aggressive. That's polyphenols. The color is deep golden, sometimes with greenish tones. The viscosity is noticeably thick. When you pour it, movement is slow and deliberate. The taste is complex. Initially grassy, then slightly peppery, with a finish creating that characteristic throat sensation authentic extra virgin creates. That's what olive oil is supposed to feel like. For Australian families eating Marachi's regularly, within 2 to 3 weeks your energy stabilizes. Your digestion improves because real polyphenols reduce gut inflammation. Your skin clarity improves because you're consuming actual antioxidants. Yes, Marachi's costs more than fake oils, but you're paying for actual cold-pressed extra virgin from certified farms. Not for Coles shelf placement or TV commercials. You're paying for polyphenols that provide the health benefits you thought you were buying. The second recommended brand is Costarina. Costarina is a Greek olive oil company expanded into Australia through online retailers and specialty stores. Their entire supply chain is transparent. They work with cooperatives of small farmers in southern Peloponnese, where climate creates naturally high polyphenol content. Costarina's founding principle is that olive oil should taste like olives, not like marketing. They're obsessive about harvest timing, processing temperature, and storage conditions. Look at Costarina's label. You'll find harvest date, specific region, and polyphenol content. 185 to 205 milligrams per kilogram. That's genuine information. Every ingredient is olive oil, nothing else. The oil comes from olives harvested in early autumn when polyphenol content is highest. Open a Costarina bottle. The aroma is immediately distinctive. Strong olive smell, almost earthy with herbal notes. The color is golden green because polyphenols create that appearance. When you pour it, the flow is notably slow. The taste is intense. It's not smooth and forgettable. Real extra virgin asserts itself. For older Australians concerned about cognitive decline and cardiovascular health, Costarina is specifically relevant. The polyphenol levels reduce neurological degeneration. Within 4 weeks of regular consumption, blood lipid profiles improve measurably. This is the oil that actually delivers the health promise. Yes, it costs significantly more than Bertolli or Mazzola, but you're literally purchasing documented polyphenols from certified Greek cooperatives, not paying for false advertising on seed oil blends. And there you have it. From Kirkland's 95% seed oil deception to Marachi's and Costarina's legitimate extra virgin commitment. Go to your kitchen right now. Pick up every olive oil bottle you own. If you see Kirkland, Bertolli, Sacla, Monini, Scialoccia, Filippo Berio, Cobram Estate, or Stella, throw them out. Replace them with Marachi's or Costarina. Your blood pressure will normalize within 3 weeks. Your inflammation markers will improve. Your heart will actually thank you. If this video opened your eyes, share it with one Australian who buys olive oil at Coles. Subscribe to Fair Dinkum Food because what's on the front of the packet is never the full story.